Hey, my elevators. This is Elle Beecham. If I sound a little funny, it's because I have these raggedy retainers in my mouth. But I have been asked to do a YouTube video on healthy marriages. Yes, I've been married before. I was able to learn, I learned a lot about me in both of my marriages. The selection process was very different in, what made me say that I would marry this person. The reasons that I stayed, were very different. But this time, the person that asked me to do a YouTube video on healthy marriage, I would consider him to be in a healthy marriage. He's a very kind guy. He's a sweetheart, very loving, very affectionate. So here's my take on what it takes to maintain and sustain. First, let's dial it back. What's required to have a healthy marriage? For me, communication is very important. Sex is very important. Intimacy is important. Alone time. But more importantly, one of the most significant things I feel like to survive a marriage is knowing how to fight. And I know that sounds horrible, but knowing what to say, when to say it, how to say certain things, being able to respect the other person's time out, or way of processing. If I need a timeout, if I need to take a drive, if I need to cry, if I need to go journal, whatever that thing is, I have to be allotted to do that, whatever that is. That makes a healthy marriage. But lastly, being quick to make up. And I'm talking about whatever is required. It might be kissing and making up. It might be going to dinner. It might be watching a movie. It may be having a conversation. It may be intimacy. It may be sex. It may be a gift. It may be cooking, doing some chores. Whatever it is, to kind of soften that other person and help them to move the energy along. And I know all of this is dang, that's a given, that's to be expected. You're in marriage or whatever. So you got to know you have to do these things in order to appease and appeal the other person. But it's different when you're in the seat, when you are in the mix of it all, when you are going through it, when you are having the issue, when you are in the heat of it all, in the thick of it all. It's very hard to swallow pride, just to go in and say, babe, I'm sorry. But to truly have a different outlook or perspective on the reason that you guys are fighting. Sometimes people just say, I'm sorry, just to get you to hush. I'm not talking to those people. I'm really talking to the ones who want a different understanding, a better understanding, a fluid understanding of why we are where we are. When you meet those kinds of people who are willing to put in work just like you are, you work for them. You love them differently. I know for me, I can't be with a person and we don't get to a resolve. It's just oh, okay, I don't want to hear it, or let me say this to get you to hush. No, because I never hush. And I'm going to be heard because I want you to be heard. I'm going to listen to what you have to say, but you're going to listen to me too. And I'll say it in this tone, my tone would be, babe, that wasn't right. I didn't like that. So getting with someone who you can truly be authentic with, be raw and vulnerable with them, and they take it. They don't make the issue theirs, but they are so considerate and compassionate of you and how you feel, that you will know that, dang, they really, they feel me. They really did something about it, and they really want me to be okay in this moment. So you have to in order for this to even work, for you to be able to do this, you have to get with someone who care about you the way they care about themselves. Because see, pride will have them saying, oh, I don't care, that's your issue, that's your bag. Just because you feel like this doesn't mean I have to take it on. I don't want you to take it on, but I do want you to be considerate that this is how I feel. I do want you to be understanding, and I do want you to be empathetic about it. So I hope my boo really got something out of this video, just knowing that it takes two people. It takes two to tango. It takes two to have sex. It takes two to argue. It takes two to have, like, good conversation. It takes two to arrive at a healthy resolve. Like, the first thing is, to the person that asked me to create this video for him, you have to be with someone who's willing to put in the same amount of effort, if not more, than you are. The second thing is showing compassion, meaning doing and giving what I want in a relationship. And the third thing is always having open communication, not going to bed mad at one another, being quick to apologize, and a whole lot of sex. Like, people underestimate the role and the importance of sex, but that creates a soul tie. We, become one, even if we're not married. Like, that's a real thing. Like, you're exchanging bodily fluids and chemistry and energy. Like, that's a real thing. So I guess sex was my fourth thing, but maybe that should have been like, so those things are not in any type of order. I know I said a 1, 2, 3, and 4, but there, I didn't list those as far as a priority for me, because if that was the case, like, communication would be 1, sex would probably be 2, and compassion would probably be 3. So yeah, there's no certain order to that, but just treat people how you want to be treated. Continue to plant seeds that you want, return to you. Remember, like, the law of attraction, but more importantly, like, reciprocity. Give what you want to receive. Always give it. Plant those seeds, put that into the atmosphere, and watch how things come back to you. So until my next video, elevators, have a good day.